everybody, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Leslie. Today's layout I am making with the Blastoff collection. It's a brand new collection from my mind's eye. It is available in the paper issue shop. Just remember that if you check out from the shop and you use my coupon code Leslie, you get 20% discount off your entire purchase. So that's a bonus. Okay, back to the layout. I'm going to use that photo of my son. It's his 7th birthday. He wanted a astronaut themed birthday, but combined with a pool party. So I had to be very creative when we hosted his party. But I thought this collection would be just perfect. So here I'm just going through all of the 12 by 12 sheets. That's the chipboard sheet. It's the chipboard elements. I'm just going through there to see what I want. You'll see there that I fussy cut the word Supernova out of one of the 12 by 12 sheets. It didn't have the word super in it, so I had to cut apart some of the other words to make the word super, but it's all fine. I mean, I used words that were running off the page, so they some of the full words aren't missing any letters now. So what I'm doing here is I'm just trimming off 1/2 inch off each side of that sunburst colorful paper, because I am going to frame it with that holographic silver paper with a white dot, just to give it some extra pop. I'm also going to gut that silver paper because I want to use it quite possibly on another layout or with another project. It's such a beautiful paper. I didn't want to, you know, stick all of it behind that sunburst paper. I'm not too stressed about the astronaut on the back of that silver paper. There is an astronaut in the chipboard elements 12 by 12 piece, so I'm not fussed about that. I can use the chipboard elements piece. I'm going to stick the sunburst paper on that frame I just created with my ATG, and it fits. Yeah, it sticks perfectly. I mean, there's no issues with the adhesive. I love my ATG. Okay, so I'm just taking time here to make sure that I've got it nice and center. I don't think one ever gets it truly perfectly in the center, but it's as perfect as I can get it at that stage. Okay, so I'm just taking a look at all the elements from all the 6 by 12 sticker sheet and the mixed bag with all those beautiful holographic foil accents. I'm just going to have a quick look at what's in the bag to see what I can use and what I can leave for another project. Now, what really, oh look, there's another astronaut, so I'm not really fussed about that other one I had to cut up. What really struck me about this collection is that you can actually use this in projects, you know, for your kids' school, if they've got to have, you know, if they have to make a project for school about the solar system. I mean, this collection is absolutely perfect for that. If you don't do scrapbooking and you know, need something for, you know, your child's school projects and it's about the solar system, this is an absolute perfect collection for that. So I decided I'm going to use some of those stars. I'm just placing them randomly now. I am going to cut those little white borders off those colored stars. I don't like the white borders, so I'm just going to take some time and cut that out. I can't tell you why I don't like the white borders. I just don't. So I'm just going to take some time to cut that out. Here I pulled out the 2 sets of thickers. The one is Wild Child, pink paisley. The boy the boy collection. And the other one is the Cool Kids Boys Puffy Stickers. It's from Crate Paper. Now I end up using the some of the Wild Child Pink Paisley Boy collection. I love that title, Love You to the Moon. And I tried to make it work, but you'll see now what's going to happen. Okay, so jump ahead a couple of hours. I did a packaging technique on the white bits to mimic the water in the photo. I stitched along all of the edges of the sunburst and around the edges of the colored paper. And I also stuck down the Love You to the Moon title. I also put some white acrylic paint on that light blue bits of the sunburst. And I hated it. I could not stand it. I didn't like it. So here's what I'm going to do next. I decide to back my photo on that dark blue with the silver stars and the little rocket ships. Just to make the photo pop a bit on the dark blue paper. Yeah, as I said, this layout was really and truly all over the place. It took me forever. I thought, you know, halfway through the layout, I have lost my scrapbook mojo. It is gone. It has left me. But in the end, I went to go find my mojo. So I had to stop and start this video quite a couple of times. I had to, you know, I stopped it, got the kids from school, came back, did some more, and tried to figure it out. Yeah, you see, there I placed the photo, and I didn't like it. I tried to bring in all the different elements. I cut elements apart, I cut embellishments apart. I hacked this poor collection to pieces in an attempt to make it work. So yeah, may this be a lesson to you to plan before you hack a collection to pieces. So yes, okay, so here we go. I decided I will not give up on this page. I am going to make it work. So I took a plain white cardstock, did the packaging technique on it, and cut it a lot smaller than the other pages. I think that's 8 by 8, and I just sewed it on top of all those other pages. What I'm doing here is I'm doing wonky circles. I'm just drawing some wonky circles on some white cardstock. And I am going to fussy cut them out. I know that you can do this on your silhouette. I do have a silhouette, and I probably do have one of these folders or files in my silhouette library. But I am just lazy. I don't want to go over to my laptop and open it and put it on and plug my silhouette in and get the thing and get that thing and do all those things. So I'm just doing it the long way. And I do realize that silhouette way would have probably been quicker if I had just done it. But, you know, this is me. This is what I do. So the fussy bits, I took my craft knife and I just cut them out with a craft knife. I'm going to put that on right over the blue, and look how nice that looks. Look at that, and it really makes the page for me. So now I've got these wonky circles that mimic ripples on a water and that sort of explodes outward like a supernova. So I'm really happy with this. This is now working for me. I feel confident and happy about this page again, and I feel I can do this. So here I go back to all of the different elements. I pull out the 12 by 12 chipboard sheet again, and I take out most of the little stars. I also take out that little rocket ship, and I'm going to use that on the right hand side of the photo there. It's a big piece, so I thought, you know, I'd put it over there. I take some of those little stars as well, and I place them randomly on the layout. Now what I did earlier in an attempt to make the page work for myself is I punched out a whole lot of stars with my, I have a little star punch. I have a couple of sizes of them, and I punched some stars out. So I'm just going to put some of the stars around the page as well, and here I bring back that Supernova title, and here I'm actually ready to start adhering some of the pieces. I think when you get to this bit where you feel confident enough to start sticking things down, adhering things with glue, then you know, then the page is well away. I mean, then you know, then you're going somewhere with the page. So I felt quite happy with the page at that stage. If you'd asked me about an hour earlier, I would have said no, I want to chuck it in the bin, but no, this was actually working for me. And I actually really liked hand drawing that that swirly bit, you know, the swirly circles. So here I am, I'm doing double adhesive on the back of my photo, some white glue and some ATG, just to make sure, because there is a lot of product underneath there, just to make sure that everything sticks down. And from personal experience with chipboard falling off of layouts, I'm just making sure that even though these have adhesive on the back, I'm just sticking them down with my glue. I am going to put that little rocket ship at an angle. Yeah, right there you go. And you'll see the threads. I left the threads from the sewing just hanging around. I kind of like it. It gives a texture to the page. And I stuck down the Supernova at the bottom there, because that is my son's personality. He is a supernova. He is a star that is exploding all over the place, all over the time. And he was born with flaming red hair, and he was born screaming, and he is still screaming. He is a force to be reckoned with. So I thought this was such a layout, you know, describing his little personality, his big personality, should I say. So there you go. I created almost a diagonal strip of embellishments from the top right to the bottom left with the stars that I punched out, you know, earlier in the day. And here I have some alpha stickers from Basic Grey. They are ancient. I have had them for years, and I know that the shop that I bought them from had them for years before I had them for years. So they are really old. I don't know from which collection they are, and if they were in a collection or if they were sold separately. I have no idea. All I know is I have them in all the colors, and I love them. So I decided I'm going to go and get them out of my stash, dig them out of the archives, and they really work. The red really works with the rest of the layout, and I like the font as well. The fact that some of the letters are uppercase and some are lowercase, it really gives it a childlike feel. So I just stick the word birthday above the Supernova, so the title of this page will be Birthday Supernova. Okay, so that's about it for this page. It's almost finished. I hope that you found some inspiration in this and that it was encouraging. Just to let you know that not every day is a happy scrappy day. Some days you've got to work at it, and just a testament that you don't have to give up. Work at it until you like it. So here are some stills, and I will see you again soon. Goodbye.